Thank you, Dharitriji. Your Excellency, Ambassador Kamboj, Excellencies, delegates, distinguished panel, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste from India. It's a very, very big question which Chief Coordinator has asked. Let me start by saying that I feel humbled in your very powerful presence, and I draw courage from this powerful presence to tell you a very small story about my country, a story of grit, a story of determination, a story of resilience, and a story of a very silent revolution of Nari Shakti, the emergence of women empowerment. During the COVID-19 crisis, when under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, technology was harnessed for global good. As India made history by rolling out the largest vaccination drive and providing vaccine to over 220 crores of Indian nationals and to many millions overseas, a parallel and silent revolution took place inside the country where hundreds and thousands of ordinary women were encouraged to come out of their homes. They were given smartphones, they were imparted training, and they moved around wherever they were as Asha workers, as Anganwadi workers, or as health workers. They were moving around as digital sarthaks. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, digital sarthaks, to mobilize and facilitate important information and adjustment to post-COVID-19. They were helping the quarantined to keep in touch with their near and dear ones through video calls. They were helping the affected homes. They were taking the education of children when schools were closed. They were keeping in touch with local authorities, and a global crisis was converted into a global opportunity. And this led to women's empowerment under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. As I sit in this hall, I stand proud of his leadership. It is the magic of one man, the Modi magic, which has done it all. By a series of historically significant national schemes, Narendra Modi ji has transformed the lives of millions of women across the country. The Prime Minister's Mudra Yojana to provide institutional credit to micro, small, and women entrepreneurs has now 390 million beneficiaries, 74% of whom are women belonging to the marginalized sections of the economy. 81% of Prime Minister's Stand Up India scheme, which is basically meant for underserved sectors, 81% of beneficiaries are women. Today we have more than 92,000 accounts of women beneficiaries, and a total of 21,000 crores have been disbursed for the women entrepreneurs. India stands home to 12 million self-help groups, 88% of which are all women members. And during the last 8 years, more than 80 million women are working in these self-help groups, and a total fund of 5.5 lakh crores, which is equivalent to 55 trillion, have been disbursed for women entrepreneurs. The Prime Minister's Jan Dhan Yojana, which is basically to provide universal access to banking facilities, that is, every household should have at least one banking account, today has 480 million account users, 55% of which are women account holders. Ladies and gentlemen, in the emerging sector, India's tech industry has opened up or created 4.5 lakh new jobs. Half of these are for women, and women today constitute 34% of India's IT workforce. You will be very surprised to know that India is home to the world's largest all-women-run e-scooter factory, employing more than 10,000 women employees. And as we sit here, you'll be very surprised to know that India is now having more than 80,000 startups. 45% of these are having women entrepreneurs. Credit access to women have doubled during the last 5 years, and more than 15% of India's 108 unicorns have women as founders. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the top, you will see 11 out of 78 union ministers are women. the highest percentage in the last 17 years. If you look at the bottom, at the panchayats, the local self-government of villages in rural India, you will find 57% of the panchayat leaders are women at the village level, 40% in the block level, and 43% in the district level. You look at women power in the defense sector, 28% of the women officers of the Indian Armed Forces have been given permanent commission status. And as we move in, and more in, you will find the list of national schemes where women empowerment and women-led development have been made priorities by the Honorable Prime Minister. The Prime Minister's commitment to remove the challenges from the environment of women has created an enabling and very favorable ecosystem and also opportunities for every ordinary woman, I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, every ordinary woman to come out of their ordinariness and emerge extraordinary in terms of brilliance, in terms of profession, to pursue their dreams, to make a profession out of their passion. And every woman, not a single woman of the 48% of the 1.4 billion is left behind, as every ordinary woman emerges extraordinary and contributes to Atmanirbhar Bharat, the self-sufficient India, where self-sufficiency is the key, but sacrifice and service to the nation are the goals. And I would say, from the old Vedic saying, Yatra Naryastu Pujyante Ramante Tatra Devata. India and India's leadership believe in the dignity of women. And with that, I may say that one of the most important recommendations today has been structured by the Indian Prime Minister in Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, the survival and the protection of the girl child, her growth and participation, and each and every stage of her life. India and the world must have one voice and be in one page for that. Every girl child needs to be educated, and for that governments, organizations, individuals and agencies must come forward and in a collaborative effort ensure that every girl is educated and financially independent. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
और आप हमसे जुड़े रहने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें YouTube पर, फॉलो करें Twitter पर और लाइक करें Facebook पर। और ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए आपको टाइप करना होगा सिर्फ न्यूज़ नशा।